Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. This week's topic is what is going on when you or others are acting out of sorts?
Welcome to the Light, Hope, and Healing podcast, where we discuss why you have stress, anxiety, pain, illness, and how to heal from it. I am your host, Tracy Gohrick. My background is a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor, intuitive, and channel.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. This week's topic is what is going on when you or others are acting out of sorts? So, this comes up a lot with me, my family, and my clients. And I have this amazing ability to be able to help people with that, which is why it's probably been in my family and with a lot of my clients. Okay. I've talked about this before where I've had kids that are in high school that are clients come see me and they've been bullied or they've been beat up or had issues like that, right? So when they first come, it's just amazing to me when I hear the stories about what's going on, and it just boggles my mind for a little bit. And then I remember where we're at and what we're doing here on Earth. We came here to experience this, and we're in this situation where we have to overcome things and become stronger and become the light and become close to or understand God's source, whatever your belief is, but to have that faith and understanding in it, right? Because, all right, I'm going to give you a little bit of an example. So, for my understanding, I'm not a big Bible person, but I've understood it a little bit. Satan was cast down to earth, correct? If I'm not correct, let me know. But for my understanding and what I can see when I'm working with people is that's what happened. And there's some that followed him. These are my simple words and understanding from it. So just bear with me on that if you are more knowledgeable on that part of it. But because of that, we're here experiencing this and maybe helping others overcome being in this situation because it's what we wanted to do. Now, part of this is my belief and part of it was in the Bible, I think. But some of that's my understanding from what I've experienced and understood. But because of that, and it doesn't matter what I'm saying here, but I'm giving you this background to understand what I'm speaking about then. Okay, so when people end up acting out of sorts, it's because their vibrations got lowered because of their traumas, because of maybe alcohol or drugs, or alcohol, drugs, traumas. If something else I remember comes up, but right now that's what we're going to go with. So we get lowered, and other entities can come in and affect us. Most likely, the ones that are going to do that will be the darker entities. Okay. So when somebody's acting out of sorts, for the most part, and everybody I've dealt with, there was an entity involved that was affecting them, that put them out of sorts. Okay. So I'm telling you this so then that maybe you understand, and it's not to be in fear because you can control it. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again here in a minute, but I'm going to give you a couple examples and then I'll give you what you can do to help. So we're down here, we have the trauma, we drink the alcohol, take the drugs, and it can be all of those together and they can all be separate. It could even just be trauma that causes it, because a lot of times when we've had the trauma, that will lower our vibrations where they can get in and affect us. Because if we're at the higher vibration in a really good place, they can't do it. And then when I give you what you can say to get rid of them, they can't be around that either. They run. So what I've seen with these kids that are being bullied, the bully is being affected by an entity that's affecting that. And a lot of times, even the kid being bullied has an entity. So they're kind of both manipulating these kids. And It stinks. I get it. It's not nice, but the good news is we weren't put here with no tools to be able to overcome this, right? And it is about healing our traumas. It's about watching the alcohol and drugs. You want to really be careful with that because alcohol was made, in my opinion, specifically to cause entities to be able to come and control you. That doesn't mean they're like totally taking you over, but they can affect you. You know, it happened to me recently and not to that extent, but I got angry and I had to look and there was one around me trying to, they'll even just kind of get in your ear and whisper things kind of that get you more worked up. And you just think it's your mind thinking of things that somebody's done to you and get you worked up and more angry. That's what happened to me. And there was one that had done that. They weren't like even in my energy or anything, but they were just kind of there whispering. So there couldn't be that depending where you're at. You know, if you are pretty strong, but you still have low points here and there and you're getting upset and worked up, they'll kind of add to that by whispering in your ear to affect you. Okay. So that's what I saw with these two kids. Now, I've seen it also in people with alcohol, especially severely using alcohol. They can kind of come in and take over. I wouldn't say they're totally in their body, but they can come in and affect them to the point where they don't remember anything. And once the entity's gone, then and the alcohol's worn off, then they're back to their normal self. But they can really come in and take over somebody and cause like a lot of havoc in them, in people and the people around them. And I've seen that with my clients before. So, you know, what I'm telling you this is so when people are acting out of sorts, even just a little bit, you might want to look at saying this phrase because when they're not in their normal self, in my opinion, and what I've seen with when anybody that I know has gotten out of sorts a little bit, there's always been an entity there affecting them. And, you know, even just a little bit of anger and frustration will allow them to kind of take over because they whisper in your ear more and like get you more and more worked up. Okay. And there's the more severe when you really have had a lot of alcohol or use drugs a lot, they can really kind of come in and take over. And I think you'll see that when you see people who are alcoholics or use drugs a lot, that it changes them, right? And the alcohol and drugs itself changes them, but there's also entities, possibly, I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but possibly, and they're affecting them. But I believe some of these things were made specifically for that because of where we're at. Remember, Satan was cast down here. So when people, I wanted to do this because I want you to understand when people are out of sorts, it's not necessarily them. And the one thing you can do specifically for yourself. So this is what happened to me one time was, you know, I was doing really good. I was in a good place. And then all of a sudden I was just getting mad and angry at everything. And my husband had gone to do a job and he came home and I just got so irritated. And what I think happened is this entity kind of followed him home, but because I was already mad and angry, then it just fed it more and more and more. And it was still way out here in my energy. And I know this because I was in the shower and I was like, why am I so angry and mad right now? And it just came to me to say, and this is the thing you can do. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave. And what happened when I said that is it swooped in this dark image and then went away, but it swooped in to where I could see it in my with my closed eyes, but it was the image came for a second and then flew away because I said that. And I was in the shower and I don't know, that just something. And I had a video recently of trusting your intuition. It was trusting my intuition that I needed to say that because why was I mad and angry? You know, why? I didn't even understand why. So the point in telling you this is, right, when you're out of sorts, you want to have a look. And it won't hurt you to say, in the name of Jesus Christ and all your strong power voice, I command you to leave. It won't hurt you to say that. But if something's there, it's going to leave. Okay? Now, If it is somebody that's a family member, you can do this, try to do that. I'm not sure. I go in and remove things on people. So I don't know if saying in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave, will leave another person. But you can try it. And I have a feeling it'll work. Here's where the issue comes in. Everybody has their own free will. So you can't overstep if it's somebody else, right? But try it. If it's not in their free will and they're not wanting to let their soul's not wanting to let that go, or what's affecting them go, you can try and get help. You can try and talk to them and try and get them to say, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave. But it's just something to pay attention to when people get out of sorts, to have a look at that, because it happens. It is going on. And there are things that try to slip in to cause us to fight with each other, right? So whenever you feel out of sorts, or you're getting angry more than usual, or even angry at all, have a look. Use your intuition. This is where the more practicing your intuition helps you, because we all got it. We've all had the guidance in there. We just have to learn how to use it and learn how to trust it. And so practice with it, okay? Because this affects your health. When you're low like that and things are affecting you, you're getting more angry, more upset, and more worked up, and that affects your health, right? It all ties back to our traumas, which is affecting our emotions and holding it in our body. When you're getting angry and upset, how does it feel in your body? When you're angry and upset, things can slip in more or affect you more, okay? So I want everybody to learn to be more in your power, be more strong, help yourself heal, understand the power you have, that you can overcome all of this. We weren't put down here with no tools to just try to survive. We were given tools. We just have to remember what they are. And that's what these videos are for, that I do, is to help you remember these tools that you do have. We all have them. We were given them coming into earth. We were given these tools, and intuition's one of them. And like I said, the one thing you can say is, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave. And they'll go. They can't stay. They don't like it. When you have that power and you realize and remember the power you have. All right, so that's what I've got for today. Here's a quick sponsor for the video, and then I have some advice for you at the end. All right. I want to share with you the sponsor of this video. It is the X39 Lifewave patches. These are amazing, and I want you to know I don't share anything or recommend anything unless I use it for myself, and I totally love it. Okay, I don't do any of that. These I love. My mother, my husband, and I have all been on them since August. And immediately what I noticed was much more energy in myself. I had much more energy to get things done, and just felt a lot of energy during the day. And I didn't get tired in the afternoon like I would sometimes. And I also noticed in myself that I had a mole up here, and it just disappeared, right? And I had a few more like later that happened too. And then I noticed that I had a cut on my hand, and it healed really quickly, okay? And then so with my mother, she is almost 80, and she would get tired in the late afternoon and take naps usually around 2, 3, or 4, right? And once she got on these patches, she no longer needed the nap. She wasn't taking naps anymore. She was had more energy herself and was more well rested. And then finally with my husband, and these are just a few of the results, okay? Finally with my husband, he had a lot more energy. He's been retired, and he kind of got in a slump, and he had a lot of energy once he got on these patches. A couple of days after getting on the patches, he pulled his shoulder out of his socket, which he's done before. He popped it back in anyway, and it bruised horribly. He couldn't lift his arm up. He hurt it pretty bad. It's something he does a lot. And the next day, he was able to lift it halfway up. And then the day after that, he was able to lift it all the way up again, which that's never happened when he's dislocated his shoulder. And there was tons of bruising. all the way down his shoulder, and that cleared up, and it was much lighter like the second day, and it cleared up much quicker, and he just healed so much faster after being on these patches. So here's what they look like. And you just take it off and you put it on. Well, this is one place you put it, is the back of the neck, and I hope this is going to show up in the video right there. Back of the neck is where I put mine. And you can put it on your stomach, and there's many other places you can put it, but there is information in the description below on these patches. They are amazing, and I want to just give you what it says on the website about it, just so you have an idea of how it works and why it works. The technology of the X39 patches is phototherapy. It gently stimulates the skin with light, which stimulates the natural flow of energy in the body, which improves the health in the body. So like I said, we've had amazing results. I love them. My mom loves them. My husband loves them. I have quite a few other people on them, and they've all had amazing results. It's helped improve their health and helps them recover quicker. So if you have any questions or are interested in them, go ahead and reach out to me. All the information to contact me is below. There is also a Start X39 website. You can go check it out. Or if you just want to order it, there's a link to order it in the description below. But check them out. I have been so happy on these patches. So that's what I've got for today. Now go do something you love. Every day do something you love. Whether it's sing, dance, run around the yard, do something you love every day. And then every day do at least one thing of self-care, which drink tea, Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate, just do one thing of self-care. And then look for the good in everything. Look for the good in everything. And when you see something good in somebody or something that you're attracted to in somebody, say it to them. And then finally write 10 things you're grateful for. Do these things, and I promise you, you're going to see a difference in your life. So that's what I've got for today. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye.